Louisville head football coach Jeff Brom has been known for developing quarterbacks, guys who weren't even top prospects. Well, this year marks the second straight season he's brought in a veteran option at the position. Tyler Greever and Eric Crawford joining us live from Charlotte for the big ACC kickoff. And guys, that may be where the similarities end between Jack Plummer and also Tyler Shough, guys.
Yeah, we would tend to agree, Scott. Yes, they both brought experience, but I do think Tyler Shough as a player is different than Jack Plummer. And as Eric informed me today, those two actually grew up together.
Yeah, about 10 miles away from each other. But you're right. I think what Jeff Brom is hoping for from his passing game this year is more of a deep threat. Shough has been really dangerous whenever he's been healthy. It's been staying healthy that's been his problem in his career. And he's had some freak injuries. He's injured the same collarbone twice. Broke his leg last year. That's not a typical quarterback injury. He's hoping to get to some normalcy at Louisville.
Yeah, you get concerned when some of those injuries might linger or if it's something that keeps flaring up. But obviously, he's had just a pretty bad injury luck, pretty bad history. But what's working for him right now is working with the Broms. We talked about that with him today in an exclusive sit-down. Take a listen. What have you noticed about Jeff and Brian and getting to work with them in practice that, you hear a lot about guys and they sell you on coming to a school, but until you see them in those settings where they're coaching you every day, I would assume you learn a little bit more about it.
No, I mean, they're the same dudes every day. And, I think just learning from them and, when we're watching film, it's not, hey, maybe you should have done this or this maybe would have been better. It's like they're talking from the standpoint of, well, I would have thrown it here. I see this look. I see this kind of defender creeping in right here, because they've been behind the face mask. They understand how this looks, what coverage looks like for this, what maybe is a reasonable throw, what's a reasonable check down, how can we, take this shot here. So it's definitely a different perspective, and it's really valuable for me in my position.
You sound like you like what's around you weapon-wise, a few new receivers to Louisville, a few guys who have been around, new tight ends. How would you describe the total arsenal of weapons you have at your disposal?
Man, I mean, I feel like depth and big plays are two ways to describe it. I feel like we got a lot of depth in every position, more than I've ever had in my career.
Wow. Okay.
And then a lot of really good talent, to go out there and take the top off. Our receivers run really good routes. They're really smart. They've been in the offense, for this year. And got some new, really talented guys coming in, Colin Lacey and Ja'Cory Brooks. So I mean, they really add an element, of speed and big playability as well. And then our whole line is looking fantastic. They're in there putting work every single day, working their butts off. And our tight end room is, I think, deeper than I've ever seen.
The last thing for me is we talk about the injury history and such with you. When you hear that, does that motivate you more for this season? And what do you try to enlighten people on for what you've been through on that journey?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it puts a chip on my shoulder for sure. I think nobody's immune to an injury, and I feel like if I'm a coach or an NFL GM, I want somebody who's been through adversity, can handle the ups and downs, and is better because of it. Somebody who's come into college or going in the NFL and is only anything but success, that's not going to last forever. And for me, I've just taken it as an opportunity to grow and learn from it. There's just freak injuries. I understand the label that maybe gets put on it, and it's unfortunate. But at the end of the day, how do you respond to that? And I think I've taken that and put my best foot forward, and really wanted to come here to Louisville to go prove myself and prove others wrong.
So his response is important. I think his teammates' responses to what they've seen of him so far are also important. And Quincy Riley and Ashton Gelati, nothing but praise. Eric Quincy went on about his leadership, talking about that he remembers a spring practice where immediately right after practice he was already in the film room checking things out. So it seems like he's impressing his teammates.
Yeah, and the coaches know his history first off, and they're not going to put him into harm's way intentionally. He's not going to run the ball a whole lot. I wouldn't be looking for that from Tyler Shough this season. So you hope it goes well. He does make the point. Look, Tom Brady was injured. Brock Purdy, San Francisco 49ers, who he played youth league baseball with, he had a big injury. He said, guys, come back from this stuff. I can do this.
Eric discovered anybody, I think, who he grew up with.
Throw up.
He's working on a column
he can throw passes and drop names.
Full list is coming right there on WDRB.com. But we've had a busy day in Charlotte. It's been a lot of fun. He's Eric Crawford. I'm Tyler Greever for WDRB Sports.
One thing we know for sure, guys, that a lot of people are looking forward to this season for the Cards. Thanks for your reporting.
Oh, yeah.